Just wanted to get on here because I've been doing a lot of research this weekend on different stuff like the city and county's been doing. Um, like, guys, I've been charged with felony stalking twice now, okay? I'm trying to do everything to protect myself from being charged with it again. But, like, even my attorney told me there's really nothing. I mean, they're taking her word because they have absolutely zero evidence. Like, they have no... Like, every time she supposedly called the cops that I was there stalking her, whatever, they never found me there. Not one actual police report where I am on scene of where I supposedly stalked her. And they're just doing this to try to ruin me. I mean, the woman had, like, my ex to try to steal my children and put a protective order on me with no, valid evidence, trying to say that I physically assaulted her in the past. However, all my kids will tell you, my oldest boy is 23, will tell you I never laid a hand on that woman. She beat the shit out of me. All right, never once did I touch her. But she used that, which, I guess they don't need any type of proof. I mean, like with a PO, you're guilty no matter what. They don't need valid proof. They just need a woman's word, but... Anyways, this PO, she had a PO on me for 3 years. Never once violated. Not once. Didn't want to. I don't want nothing to do with the woman. I want my kids. All right? Like, that woman can fall off the face of the earth and I wouldn't care. I mean, she's nasty. I want nothing to do with her. I want my children. But I'm not stalking my children either. I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize me getting my children back. I'm just not. But it just goes to show how K County, Judge Wilkie, Brian Hermanson, the district attorney, Judge Wilkie was a assistant DA before he became a judge for K County, okay? Well, I called K County to ask him, isn't that a conflict of interest, isn't that, against ethics? Due to the fact that he prosecuted people and then now he's going to be a judge on them. Well, they said if you come up upon him and he had prosecuted you as an assistant DA, they'll give you some paperwork or whatever you can file to get a different judge or something like that. What's the point of wasting the paper, taxpayers and stuff? You just move Judge Wilkie to a different county. He is so biased. If DA puts something in front of him, he's going to sign it. He ain't even going to read it. Why? Because those are his buddies. And that's what, he believes them no matter what. So it's straight biased. He's going to believe the prosecutor's DA's office because those are his buddies. He worked with them. He is so corrupt. He is so unethical. He is so cocky. Anybody in Ponca, if any of you have any evidence of him being very unethical and stuff, let's get that to somebody. Let's get that to the ethics committee, to the judicial ethics committee. I have the number and everything. If anybody needs it, just contact me on here on YouTube or contact my Facebook, Christopher Jackson. I have nothing to hide, man. Y'all can look at my Facebook, look at my pictures, all my military shit. I have pictures to validate everything I've done. I have nothing to hide, man. I'm not doing anything. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I quit drinking over been about a year and a half now. And I'll admit, whenever I was having my nightmares and stuff when I was in the Army, I was a bad alcoholic. I was drinking myself to sleep. Just to be able to sleep, I had to drink myself stupid. So, I haven't touched alcohol in a while now. Don't get me wrong, I miss a beer here and there. I love beer. But, it's just not worth it. The hangover and stuff, nah. So I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I do medical marijuana because, all the medicines that the VA had put me on over and over again, Prozac, Zoloft, all that crap. Holy crap, on Zoloft, it felt like the walls were closing in on me. I had never in my life felt that terrified. And it was the medicine that made me that way. And it was supposed to do the opposite. Well, I got tired of taking all this bullshit medicine. So Oklahoma came out with the medical marijuana. I immediately did it. Well, because of that, the VA will not give me any narcotics, which that was the point of getting my medical card, is they had me doped up on Lortabs. They had me doped up on Xanax. They had me doped up on antidepressants, all that crap, and it never worked. None of it ever worked. So medical marijuana, it helps so much better. So much with the pain. Edibles are great for any type of pain. I'll tell you right now. smoking, does help me with my anxiety, and I do have a mood disorder. Like, it's hard for me to control my emotions. I flip from one or the other, and I'm trying to better myself, get better at it, but it's still tough. Well, anyways, what I'm getting at is I'm being prosecuted for a crime, 3 misdemeanor crimes that I was videoing, which I finally did find my phone that the police took from me on that first one. Okay, like right now it won't even come on. Like, after I got it from them, half the screen was messed up, it wouldn't work. They messed my phone up, so I couldn't get anything off of it, but I got it right here, and I'm going to get it fixed here soon. Just got to get financially back to where I was because of these stupid bogus stalking charges. I mean, like, guys, on these stalking charges, I have GPS tracking on my vehicle, on my phone. Like, I mean, I'm trying everything to protect myself. I mean, it showed, like, all this stuff will show that these days that she states that I was by her house or whatever, or watching her house, or at the school, the elementary school where my kids were, my GPS will validate, like, they both coincide, my phone tracking and my truck tracking, they both coincide that, my vehicle, my phone, nothing was ever near this woman. But they still charge me with it. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. They can charge somebody with a felony crime with absolutely zero evidence that this ever occurred. I mean, no validation at all besides the word of a crazy pathological liar, But to ruin me, they're going to do this. And I'm so scared they're probably going to put another one out on me here soon. Guarantee it. I mean, I went to court for the first one, and a couple days later, they put out another warrant. Didn't tell me a damn thing at court, nothing. I still don't know what day I supposedly stalked her for this second charge. I don't know. I have not seen the report or anything. So this second felony charge, I have no clue when it occurred, what happened, nothing. Like, I mean, I don't do anything. Like, I mean, I lost my job because of this. I'm living off of just my disability. They're trying to completely ruin my life. But I can promise you guys, like, this is all false bullshit. It's a way for K County, the corrupt DA's office, Brian Hermanson, he's a corrupt piece of shit. Him and his office, I mean, they're trying everything to ruin my life. And I'm not giving up. I'm not going to give up. I don't do that. I have no give up in me. And I keep seeing something on my shirt, but it's my phone. Guys, like, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving in to them. They can charge me with whatever they want, like, all false bullcrap. I mean, it's just crazy that for 3 years I had a PO on me, never violated it once, and then now all of a sudden I'm supposedly stalking this woman. Like, I mean, come on now. I mean, like, one of the days, January 26th, she states that, like, because me and my nephew, when I was taking my nephew to the high school, we passed by my kids' elementary school, and got stopped at the crosswalk. Well, she seen us, and there was a cop right there across the street in the alley across from Roosevelt Elementary, sitting in the damn alley, catching speeders, whatever, through the school zone. Well, I go up to 7th Street, it's Highland Avenue. I go up to 7th Street, take my nephew to the high school. Well, I leave, and I was going to stop and ask that officer, like, hey, is it, isn't it against the law to block the alleyway? Well, by the time I got around, he was down the road, pulled somebody over. So I went up there and started filming his traffic stop, and the officer was Dylan Barbaras, badge number 38, Ponca Police Department, which my GPS shows me, like my truck GPS, my insurance GPS, plus my phone GPS, shows my vehicle leave the high school, go straight up to, it's called 14th Street, where RCB Bank is, and where he had the gentleman pulled over. And I pull over there, I get out of my truck stays in one spot, my phone goes to another, to film him. And I thought it was Evans, the one that pulled a gun on me, but it wasn't. It was Dylan Barbaras. He was there. Well, across the road at the Pioneer Woman Museum, there was another officer sitting there in a Charger. So after Dylan was done, he was in an SUV, like the Ford, I think it's a Ford Explorer SUV cop car. I went and got my truck, and I drove around, and I kind of drove around that officer that was sitting at the museum. And I drove through and stuff. Well, he pulls off and goes. So I have two officers. Like, at this point in time, she was saying that I was at her house stalking her between like 7:50 a.m. to like 8:30 a.m. However, I was filming a traffic stop, and then immediately after that traffic stop, I was at the Ponca Police Department to talk to Captain Woodward, the IA, he's IA, Internal Affairs for Ponca City, which he's fucking worthless. He's, buddy, but he ain't gonna, actually do anything against his buddies. He's gonna cover them as much as possible. But anyways, I went to go talk to him. He was busy, so I left the police department, and I was on the south end of town, which she lives on the north end, which my GPS shows. And I got, maybe about 3 or 4 blocks away from the police department, and Captain Woodward called me. So I turn around, and I go back, and I talk to him, which I have video of it, of me talking to him. And he's saying that Evans didn't pull a gun on me. Dead serious, said he didn't pull a gun on me in that traffic stop. I'm like, dude, so I sent Bohan a picture of Evans with his gun out and everything, pulled it on me. But I have validation, of things, I have my sister, my nephew, witnesses, supposedly I was at Roosevelt Elementary every day across from it. However, I was picking my sister up at 2 p.m. from junior high school here in Ponca. And then me and my sister would go to my brother's and wait until around 3:30 to go pick my nephew up from Pioneer Votech, which is, vocational school here. Every day. Every day we did that same thing. But I supposedly somehow was at Roosevelt Elementary at the same time. I am so capable. I'm so awesome. I'm capable of being in multiple places at one time. That's these arrest warrants. They're saying I was here, there, but an officer seen me at the same time that I was supposedly down stalking her. And they still file these arrest warrants, even though they know that she lied, because an officer seen me on his body cam, everything. 2 officers, actually, because the other cop was there. But they still file these charges. Come on. This just shows the corruption in K County. From the judges, the DA's office, the council members. Ponca city council members held a secret or a closed meeting, which is against Oklahoma Open Records Act, or Open Meetings Act, and which I'm pretty sure was about me, because it was shortly after my third willfully disrupting, disturbing, interfering with city-state business charge. And then all of a sudden they hold which I'm looking for in the YouTube or the Facebook page for Ponca. I'm trying to find the date that they held a secret meeting, a closed meeting, which is against Oklahoma Open Meetings Act. Which they violated, but nobody brings that up, do they? They don't say, if a citizen, you do anything, you're getting charged. But these public officials can violate multiple, Oklahoma Open Meetings Act, violate Constitution, because, how can me videoing be construed as a disturbance and disrupting city-state business? It's not my fault they had that big-ass window there that I could look right through. I'm sorry that, being in public and my camera, there's a million cameras up above you, up in the ceiling and stuff. That don't bother you, but my camera bothers you. Why? Because the public has access to my camera. I have access to my camera. I don't have access to their cameras. None of us do. So they can do whatever and then erase the video, or they won't release it. But mine, they can't do nothing about. It's going to be out there. So, but I'm being charged with 3 crimes that are absolutely legal to do now. You can walk into City Hall, video all you want, get public records requests. They have them out on the table out there, where that window was, on that little table there where I used to set my phone to watch into their window. They have public records requests and complaint forms right there. But then you still have to enter their office to be able to turn it in, because they won't give you any special treatment and come out and get it for you, So you still got to enter their office, which is completely legal to go video in their office. But they don't call the cops. They don't call the cops. They don't file charges on you. Why was I? For doing the exact same thing, why am I still sitting on 3 misdemeanor charges? And why has K County News Cow, why do they not run any actual stories? They take whatever the DA's office, whatever the county says, and they put it out there and make you look like you're horrible. They don't actually do any news reporting. They just run for the county. Why doesn't K County News Cow do a story on the fact that I'm being charged with 3 misdemeanors that's completely illegal to go do now? And that was a violation of my freedom of assembly and my freedom to petition my government. They completely violated those 2 First Amendment rights. I don't get it, guys. Been doing a lot of thinking this weekend, just like, holy crap. Like, how corrupt is our DA system, our county? It's ridiculous. And they run the K County News Cow as their own personal propaganda machine, because they ran a little story about where the jailer was being indicted, and then Don Jones, the director of the K County Detention Center, was also being brought back up on federal charges. They ran that real quick, and then boom, it disappeared. And I think they only did because they had to. But then they hit it real quick. It's a propaganda tool for the county and the city of Ponca. I've been reached out by several business owners through my YouTube channel, and then me and him talk through Facebook, that is tired of the click system in Ponca. He told me that, code enforcement will come after him for something, but guys that are buddy-buddy with the council members and stuff don't receive a code enforcement or anything for doing the exact same thing. He said him and several other business owners are tired of it because they don't want to be a part of that clique. They like being on their own. They don't want to be a part of that bullcrap, that corrupt system. They want to be on their own and run their businesses, make their money. But no, they can't, because Ponca, their corrupt system, they will come at you with everything they can until you join their little clique and stuff. They will. It's corrupt. Our electric company, made nearly $60 million off of people in Ponca. $60 million. It's in their Ponca City little propaganda thing they have. It tells, what they, made. $60 million on the electric company. Why is our city in such ruins? There's nothing for kids to do here. We're losing businesses left and right because of the taxes are going way up. Where's all our money going? The city, the roads are shit. Everything is shit in Ponca. But they're making all this money, so where is it going? Please, somebody tell me. It's going somewhere. Somebody's pocket. It's not going into the city. The city's shit. Or, if you look on a OSBI website, which I called OSBI, and the lady gave me the website. She told me how to, to search the website and everything. She was nice as hell. OSBI was great. But if you go on there and look at Ponca City's crime statistics, and go back to 2006, before Homer Nicholson took office as mayor, and before Chief Bohan was appointed by Nicholson, our crime rate wasn't that bad. All the years before that, as soon as Nicholson and Bohan took over, it is just skyrocketed. I think it was 2014 or 15. Our murder rate went up 37%. And then you would think the following year that it would have gone down with such a high spike. Nah, up 15, 16% the next year. And just up and up and up. Because they're not doing anything, guys. Do you not realize how bad the crime and homelessness and stuff is in Ponca? And they shut the Rowstone Inn down, where the only homeless shelter basically in Ponca. They went and shut them down. So now the homeless got nowhere to go. Crime's way up. Sexual assaults, all that are way up in Ponca. Why? Because our police force is corrupt. All the way from our mayor's office, chief, all the way down. Our city attorney, I've got his file, but he makes $181,000 a year. That's how much your tax dollars are paying that man to do nothing. He's absolutely ridiculous. Just here recently, I think a month or two ago, I get information. I know people that work in the city, everything. I get information. There was a $200,000 lawsuit against the city, which I've got to go up and find record on it. But the city attorney lost, had to pay out $200,000. And then another couple, people are trying to sue the city for $100 and something thousand because the lady went and got a cat from the animal control and it bit her. And so now she's suing the city because that cat bit her. And which she'll probably win because our city attorney's a joke. He sucks. Like, we are paying him $181,000 a year out of our tax dollars to be a worthless piece of shit, to do nothing for us. He does nothing for us. Nothing. I proved him wrong. James Freeman proved him wrong because he was trying to use a case law that didn't exist. I proved him wrong several times, which I have the emails, everything on Title 51, Open Records Act and stuff, because he tried to deny me like his or Chief Bohan's record and everything, saying that falls under law. No, it falls under public officials. So the very next day he had to release it. I proved him wrong 3 times on Title 51. He tried to deny me records and then had to give them to me the very next day because he's a fucking idiot. Guys, our tax dollars are being wasted. They're being stolen by this city, by this county. Guys, wake up, please. Wake up. See you guys later.